I imagine
And
they
we're
are
off.
Yep, getting things started for today, and Uncle letting us know that the scene might be a little bugged.
Oh dear, let's hope that's not a sign of things to come. Ooh, a heart container in the first chest. So, what does everybody think Uncle's weapon will be? Oh, we have a 5-6 crystal at Eastern and a crystal at Hera, and I missed what desert was.
Blue pendant. So, pretty spread out like world. And at this point, I'm kind of happy to see at least one pendant in the light world, because otherwise you get a lot of shenanigans as to which one of those dark world pendants you want to leap into at some point. As for weapon...
I'm going to say bow on Uncle.
It's just a sword. So, this actually lets me point out something else changed in version 30. In version 29, if Uncle had a sword, you'd be able to see it during the cutscene as he's walking out of the house. But now, they changed it so it's invisible, so it becomes a surprise as well.
That's 2/3 of the way to Aga access.
Sword cave immediately. Okay, sure. Let's see if it's fate or bait today.
We shall see indeed. Alright.
So, Kermit being the only one to not bother doing a map check, he's first on into the escape, so... marginal lead for the time being as we go through the usual 6-minute process of saving Zelda and hoping a bomb drops.
Yep. Alright. You know, I kind of want to see a lamp and escape and then an early required Aga.
I mean... big thing with Aghanim Seeds is you have to know when to go. Because, yeah, you can just jump through the Dark World immediately, but often there will be items you need out of the Light World that will get you the access to the next bit of progression in the Dark World. So it's still important to clear out of most of it before diving in to see the Almighty Wizard.
True. True. It's still always amusing to have that looming over the seat the entire time, though.
Now, the interesting thing with Sword Star in particular is anybody who's more familiar with the vanilla games runs will have really familiar strategies in terms of just trying to get through as fast as possible. Out of the four, looks like Drax's the most familiar with them.
Yeah. Sounds right. Alright, let's see what Zelda's cell has.
So, of course, good old prize packs is a 50% chance of actually happening. Only 2 of our runners have gotten a bomb drop, and there's one for Kermit now. So, Drax is the only one hanging on at this point.
So, you want to find a bomb, because there's 3 chests in the back of Escape that if you don't find a bomb before leaving that area, you're going to have to come back at some point.
Well,
and there's more bombs.
Yep, freebies in Zelda's cell, so no bother with farming this time.
Alright.
So, the big thing with standard mode over what everybody's been seeing lately with the qualifiers of open mode is this escape portion. And while people may think it's not exactly, you know, interesting to always see the same thing in the first 6 minutes, it actually adds a new layer for the runners themselves as to deciding where they want to go after the escape is done. Because unlike with open mode, you actually have some resources in your pocket. So it suddenly becomes like, okay, I don't have to try to choose an opening that gets me straight to some rupees or whatnot. You can just decide where to go from there.
Yeah, and it also adds a layer of, you know, just, you gotta be able to execute well, or you're already going to be behind.
So far, though, it looks like Kermit is hanging on to that slight lead for not doing the map check, but Drac has caught right up. With Alyssa and Furiosa not too far behind. Just a little bit of bad luck with the guards, it happens. One little case of the swords bouncing off of one another and you lose a couple of seconds.
Yeah. And so, for anybody confused, why, when they don't have a lamp, are they able to see in the dark rooms of the sewers? Well, standard mode gives you a free light cone in the sewers and nowhere else. And there's the guaranteed small key since we didn't find it anywhere else.
So, big thing with that light cone is it will still be there even if you come back after saving Zelda. This is because sometimes you won't get that bomb drop and there will be an important item, such as the lamp itself, in the back of Escape. So they want to make sure that those 3 chests are always accessible without having to run through the dark.
Yep, and also, if you don't get a glove before then, there could be a problem if they didn't do that.
Yeah, there could be some pretty game-changing races if somebody doesn't get a bomb and there's a glove in that first area.
Yep. And 50 rupees, 3 bombs, and 20 rupees. Blech, nothing good.
So another thing I didn't note about, in version 30 they had removed the bomb and arrow expansions from the chest pools. What this means is that early game you're going to be seeing a lot more of those 3 bomb chests, which is actually rather helpful since you need so many bombs right at the start.
True, but then you basically hardly ever need them in late game.
It's true. And okay, with just on the 6-minute mark, Drac is our first one out of the Escape with Kermit close behind. And a free bomb.
Good
So,
function.
incentivizing going to Kakariko first, so I think we might see that from everybody who's not named Illis.
I mean, honestly, it's very rare that I have seen somebody skip Cat first. Did we see Boots? What?
Not yet, no.
Drakiri. Okay.
So, Illis and Fear Agent deciding to do, how shall we say, a somewhat deviant starts of going towards South Shore first. And Kermit and Drac actually heading up to check the Lumberjack Ledge right away.
This is indeed quite interesting. So we have... What is on Lumberjack? Wait. Aga may be required?
So, I mean, if you have to do Agate Dark World access, that's not so bad, but if this ends up being
Half magic.
Mate, this could get interesting already. Everybody loves seeing items on Lumberjack, right?
There's another bottle. Ooh, cane! And some more money, which almost puts us at Zora money, I think. 110 rupees left till that.
Yeah, there's some more money in the Lost Woods anyway, so definitely not gonna be having an issue with rupees this scene.
Yep. Oh, is Illis going for the reverse South Shore, as I like to call it?
He might be heading on over to Agina. I like the Agina play a lot more in Standard than Open. Just because there's only so many places the randomizer can choose to put those next few items after Escape. So suddenly that cave gets slightly higher value.
I mean, if I'm thinking right, it really doesn't change the value. It's just like, it feels that way.
You'd be surprised. It's just the way that the randomizer randomizes, since it thinks on kind of like a tier basis.
Yep, and let's see what's in Blind's house. Hammer!
There's the hammer.
And fire rod!
So, all we need at this point is the glove, and we won't have to worry too much about doing Aghanim for Dark World access.
And there's the Moon Pearl.
So now it's going to be a question of whether or not that glove shows up through the rest of the Light World.
Yep, and interesting to note, Fear Agent going to Ice Rod Cave, while Illis apparently going to Agina, so we're going to see 2 very out-of-the-way checks. And Fear Agent, please be careful, because those crabs hurt.
At this point, anything, even a kind of strong gust of wind would take him down, so gotta take things a little slower just for the moment.
Alright, it appears that there is not really much there in the well. 20 rupees at Agina. What does Ice Rod Cave have? 5 rupees. Okay.
Small money values everywhere.
Oh, silvers though!
At least the bottle vendor's selling something of value.
Yeah, that's definitely worth those 100 rupees if you ask me.
So sure, basically nothing but the cane. It's something at least. You won't need it for a while, but it's something. Good old Akita, always paying off in the best possible ways. Sometimes more literally than others.
Alright, just a heart piece from Sick Kid. What does Back of Tavern have? Treeple had hearts and just 5 rupees in the back of the tavern.
So, with Tarak and Kermit knowing the presence of Quake Medallion on that lumberjack ledge, it almost makes you wonder whether or not they're looking more for the glove or for the lamp at this point. Because it's just like, if that's there already, maybe you just want it to be a negative seed to begin with, so you no longer have to
blue
question
mail on the library ledge. Ouch.
Boots hiding all the goods today. Of course, that Quake could be a total bait. We could still just have Boots in GT.
This is true. Alright, let's see what Rice Game has. Dirk Carey's going for it blind. Play I like to do personally.
Well,
because it's not that much more time, and if it's important, you're saving a bunch of time.
Oh, he doesn't even go to pick up the heart piece, though. If you're gonna YOLO it, you might as well at least grab whatever it is, says the person who picks up basically everything. But if there's anything else of importance to this flight, we know that it is over towards Eastern Palace. So, in the meantime, everybody's just gonna be flip-flopping and doing what the others did.
I imagine Dracarys is probably going to sequence break their way through Zor Domain. If they get 100 more rupees.
Well,
which I said there were 300 in Mini Moldorm, so...
Yep. With the looming threat of an Agassi, the chances of the fake flipper are actually pretty high.
Yeah, if there's any way to get around Aga, you want to do it.
I saw that Mini Moldorm trying to cross the pit. Oh, I wanted to chase down Drax so bad.
Yes, they can be nasty little things. Just do what they want.
It is strange that it seems to only be the bottom of that room that they can, if their AI hits the corner just right, they can just start spazzing out at the bottom of the pit and manage to sneak by.
I mean, it makes sense since Link can walk down at the bottom of the pit.
Yeah, pits are strange in this game. You can tell they're not supposed to be crossable, but that's with a few things. They weren't exactly tweaked 100% correctly.
I'm not so sure I'd say that they're not supposed to be crossed. Maybe Nintendo... Like, the ones in Tower of Hera, more than anything, make me kind of suspect that maybe it was intentional.
I don't know about that one. The switch puzzle's kind of there to try to get you to hit the switches in a particular way, but you can just surpass it entirely. But for now, we'll probably be seeing something fairly new. Sure. Yep, Draki is going back out. He is gonna do the fake flipper. It makes perfect sense in this scenario.
Yep. Completely agree with this play.
Technically everything beyond here is out of logic. If you can dodge the Aghanim Seed, it's usually nice, and...
Doesn't mean they'll be able to dodge the Aga required possibly for the, Quake on Lumberjack Ledge, though, because if that's required, there is absolutely no getting around that. Ooh, Bugnet on Hylia Island. I doubt they'll be coming back for that, but... And that kind of hurts.
Now, the biggest thing that Drac would love to see sequence broken by doing this right now, if he the bow, then he'll be able to actually clear out all of Eastern Palace while walking over there and getting whatever other progression he needs to find, which should be ideal, but it would require a significant amount of luck right now.
Yep, 20 rupees from the hobo. Hobo, don't you kind of need that money? Just saying.
So since Illis and Furiation both went to South Shore first, it makes sense that they're coming over here to Eastern rather than trying to go
Saha closet check.
Yep.
2 of them, actually. 20 rupees? 5 rupees? Book! Okay.
Oh, Illis is probably feeling a little bit sad right about now. It always kind of stinks when you go to Agana, and then you find the book moments later. Because chances are, the game probably does want you to go for that early desert play to get whatever progression item is hiding away from us.
Yep, the game knows. Alright. Waterfall. so
Drac!
if you get a heart refill in the waterfall cave, it puts you back into a swimming state, and you have to leave. Ooh, boots! What are those?
Okay, so, Drac gets the ultimate sequence break out of this one, finding the gold boots just hanging out in Waterfall Fair. He's gonna have those for a lot longer than anybody else on the restream.
Oh my, and also, interestingly, although Zora Ledge today is not required, you can actually sequence break the Zora Ledge with the boots.
So, if he's not going to be able to dodge Aga, he did get the best possible other prize for that.
10 arrows from Zora, that's totally worth 500 rupees.
Those are quality, pristine, top-tier arrows, thank you very much. They were finely woven in the, bramble forests of Upper Hyrule.
Oh my, alright. What's the second chest Eastern got? We haven't seen any items yet. Map, still no items. Watch it be Vanilla Bow.
Oh no, Drac's gonna do Drac's doing damn Agata, so he's gonna be very sad in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately. Although, didn't he... No, he's the one that hasn't gone to Saha's closet.
Nope, so he'll get that book a little bit later, because it's really looking like whatever the game wants us to do right now is in Desert Palace. And of course it's a pendant. Because... Let's see what our first hint for today is.
Get what was in the... I believe that's the map chest. And the hint in Eastern is just a useless hint. You can tell because it's in green.
A recent change, actually, to go ahead and color code those green.
Yep,
Let's people know
just
that.
a piece in Eastern.
It makes sense to do the color coding, because, I mean, let's face it, not everybody that runs this speaks English, so having them, like, more obviously laid out that they're not the true hints, they're probably for the best.
Yep. Alright, let's... Right side's going for dark rooms. Subtle logic always, but not the hardest dark rooms ever to do.
Yeah, the Eastern ones, especially if you have a sword, are very simple. The most annoying part of it is the Stalfos, just randomly moving about in the pot room on the right.
Yep, and once they get the bow, if they don't have the lamp by then, they have the fire rod at least to light the torch on the side. Alright, let's see what we missed. Bombs in the vanilla big key, so Armos has the last item.
Yep. Oh well. So. Fairy Jet actually getting knocked out of. And forgetting that he has the fairy there, I'm not sure why he's. Oh, he didn't quite have the switch.
Yep, and at this point, I think that the only place we can go is to desert.
Yep. So Drac's gonna catch up to the others here by dashing through Eastern Palace and finding all of his nothing, and then feel very sad when he has to immediately go back to the desert.
Although, Precarious can sequence break further and get whatever's in Bonk Rocks, at least.
Yeah, but color me not particularly hopeful that that's going to be useful anytime soon.
True, but you never know. Could be that sequence broken glove with flippers in the dark world and the other glove in the dark world.
So doing your best to figure out how to read as the... what I want to call them statues, but as they move out of the way to let in the Desert Palace.
Tell me something. If Link can't read, if the book makes Link literate, how can he read the book to become literate?
It's a picture book.
Yes, but I don't know. Lamp.
Okay, we're going to Aghanim.
Yep.
So
Aghanim required seed. Unless we can sequence break and get something out of Bonk Rocks that's useful. Cash in a chest requiring a specialist to unlock.
So, okay, it's always nice to know that purple chest isn't mandatory, but here's the thing. Jackers has the boots. So he actually gets to have the option to clear Pendant Desert if he so chooses, beyond, of course, the level.
You're right.
You need a glove. You do still need a glove for the boss, but the second item might actually be something.
Right, I forgot about that.
So the game quickly bottlenecked us into having to go to Aghanim, so this actually works out really well for Drac. He's going to be able to get that Quake Medallion one way or another.
I'm surprised Dracarius is the only one whose sequence broke Zora area.
Well, that makes sense. With Illus and Fear Agent both starting off on South Shore, they didn't have the money at the time, and there's no point in making an independent trip down there just to do the fake flippers, because it is long compared to just coming back with the flippers later.
Yeah, but compared to having to do Aga, I'd go for it.
Yeah, but you see, you're betting on 3 locations and losing about a minute and a half for it versus just doing Aga.
Versus, like, I guess.
The odds are pretty bad.
True. But if you can skip Aga, well, you're wasting quite a bit of time.
So, the truly daring thing to do with this one, though, was the Dark Aga. Because, I mean, you got the Fire Rod, but I don't blame people for not going for it, because you're really hoping it's the glove you find rather than that lamp.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned Aga was Fire Rod, but it's still not especially pleasant. Do you know Dark Aga, Pink Heroes?
I can do Dark Aga without even having a fire source, but that's just me. Most people would do the thing of called being smart and not doing foolish plays that are completely pointless in almost all instances. But at least the nice thing about Aga in version 30 is, as Illus is going to show us here in just a second, we get a brand new hint. Maybe it'll actually be something useful.
Some caches above the post. Okay, so Graveyard Ledge is absolute garbage.
It is nice that we're at least getting hints that tell us these out-of-the-way places to not check. Saves a little bit of time and makes it so whenever Illus gets to the boats, he knows he won't have to make a special trip to routing Graveyard Ledge with the Bunk Rocks and Kingstone.
Yeah, I've seen way too many runs where Graveyard Ledge just destroyed somebody's run.
Now, let's see what we're going to find with Drac. If the
Okay, let's get that guessing game of how many blue balls do you think Aga will have? I'm going to say 15.
Ambitious? Let's just go with a more reasonable 4. So, yep, Drac is actually going to go for the sequence break and is going to check out the rest of Desert Palace, hoping to find that precious glove. There's a chance. There's a chance.
Alright. Compass in the first chest, so I think the second chest has to be the big key.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Nose is in. There's one already.
Blue ball.
And Fear Agent's actually going for the Sequence Break to Zora area right now.
Yep, 2 blue balls. Well, rip 15.
So Fear Agent gonna be happy to find those boots for this sequence break. Gonna make everything else in the scene feel better.
Oh yeah, boots always feel good to get. Well, almost always feel good to get anyway.
And the second item in Desert was just a heart piece, so those boots, for now, have just wasted Drac's time.
Unless, there's something in the, and there's Aga down. I think that was 2
Just
blue
2?
balls. Alright, let's see what Spunk Rocks has for us. Last chance at an Aga skip.
I'll give Drac credit for just seeing this through to the bitter end, but he's probably just gonna get $20.
Blue mail, so Aga required. Also, boots locking both mail upgrades. And bloomerang on the pyramid ledge.
Oh, that's... it's not too bad, I suppose. You can pick up the mail upgrades, whatever, and we have Pendant Skull Woods, and the other 5-6 is Mire.
Did you pick up where the green pendant was?
Yep, swamped. One of our runners actually already talked to Sahasrala, so... Anybody who can't hover are going to be hoping for that hook shot to show up right about now.
I wonder if any of these people can hover. Pink, can you hover?
No.
Alright, is Hype Cave going to be hyped today? And I actually did learn to hover some time ago. I'm not the most proficient at it, but I can do it.
Someday.
So, build Hookshot!
Ah, well, don't have to worry about it today, because Hookshot immediately allowing us to go to the west side of the Dark World, if Phyllis so chooses to do that before Pod. So obviously gonna go ahead and check out the rest here to go say hello to Stumpy as well as the big game. As Fear Agent and Drac both realize, well, not getting out of this one, and off to Aghanim they go.
I actually learned to hover after I saw a seed where somebody lost by like almost an hour because somebody got into go mode at 30 minutes because they knew how to hover.
Doesn't come up very often, to say the least.
Yeah, but when it does, boy does it hurt if you don't know how to do it.
Alright, so we're both deciding to go down south as well. Makes the most sense. It's one of those things you don't have the bow yet, so most people are going to be hesitant towards Pod unless they can full clear it. Though with Hammer and Lamp, it might not be a bad idea to go check it out early still, but we'll see what happens. Alright, D game. Are you gonna be nice? Because this doesn't look nice to me. You're already up to 14.
Oh boy. Will it have just 20 rupees? Rude.
Riveting. Oh. Alright, so the only downside to deciding to actually go over to something in big game is now Alyssa has to walk back to the Aga portal to get to the rest of the Dark World. But, never hurts to be at least a little thorough sometimes.
So, I don't know about you, but I like to do Pod, because they do have a potion, and they can sequence break everything except for Helmasaur.
So, in this particular scene, Pod's not too bad of an idea, because Flute is going to turn up at some point, due to Meyer being a crystal. It makes the walking back there a little less painful, but it's still a double dip, and most will want to avoid that as hard as possible. Though it does have a small downside here, where if Pod has the first glove, Catfish is getting skipped by everybody who doesn't go there.
Yeah, that and the fun times when Bo is in that first chest of Pod, or I guess it can be in the back too, if you have the proper key layout. I think that you require 4 keys in the non-bow lock section front of Pod in order to be able to access the back in Logic.
Actually, untrue. You need at least 3.
Is it only 3?
Yep. If there's only 1 key on both sides, that's fine.
I thought for sure it was 4. Huh. Alright, good to know.
And actually, if there's only 2, depending on where they are, you can also get to everything except for the dark rooms. And so, it really the small key layout is.
Pod key logic is gross, peeps. Yeah.
But yeah, you do need at least 3. So for now, Kermit's gonna go ahead and hit up
we're
as well.
getting a Pod check from the carries.
Drag is being as thorough as possible today, and it's par for the course with him. He is of the undoing the scene variety. As we get in the Village of Outcast check from Illis, it's deciding to skip over Skullwoods for now.
Yep. Alright. Kiki the Extortionist. And cancels the dash just in time. That saves a little bit of time if I remember.
Yeah, because Kiki has longer to walk if you're in the middle of your dash animation, and Kiki does not walk particularly fast.
makes sense. Alright, let's see what's in pod. Are we gonna be bow-locked immediately? We're bow-locked, but that's not gonna stop trick carries.
Yeah, being a crystal, there's really no point in just leaving pod at this point. You might as well, because if you go ahead and get as much as you can out of this dungeon, you might get a couple of progression items to tell you where the boat is not. Which is nice. Narrow down your options a little bit.
Yep. So the nice thing is, it used to be if you wanted to skip to get the bowlock chest, you had to do a really gross hover, and the pod hint is useless. But you had to do a really gross hover that only a handful of people I know of can actually manage. But now you can just do a potion glitch to misalign the camera, as such.
Yep, and since the game is perfectly satisfied with enemies just being off-screen, and there's the mirror from Thieves' Town, that is considered sufficient for clearing out the room and opening the door. So
we saw a mirror?
Yep, mirror was in the big key chest of Thieves' Town, and Ellis is going to go ahead and proceed deeper into the dungeon now. I'll see what else is in there. So at this point, I'm really expecting a set of flippers sometime soon, because we're just getting the full swamp package one by one here.
Yeah? I mean, really, nobody wants to see swamp early. It is so much nicer when it's in go mode.
Yeah, but you see, this one's a pendant, so it's going to be trying to lure the runners in as early as possible.
Plus, it's green pendant, so that's 6 items, plus the Hashra Lion, possibly the pedestal, and Thieves' Town hint is absolute garbage.
Look, the Thieves' Town hint's just trying to tell us how to figure out this dungeon, okay? It really wants us to go to the next room.
Oh my.
So Kermit, by the way, people that use the same sprites, brain is crossing, is committing fully to the pendant Skull Ward's check. So he's actually going to go ahead and try to take a Mothula here next, because he hasn't found that second item yet.
Oh, glove! There's the glove!
First glove in Thieves' Town, not too surprising on that one. It's actually good to have a glove in Thieves' Town, because the one basement room in particular, with the giant block, I always get confused if I don't have a glove. It's like, I'll go try to pick it up and just be confused as to what's going on.
Yeah, so surprisingly, you can actually get around that block, as I'm sure you know, but chat might not. You can just kill all the enemies in that room, and it will unlock the door for you. And then you just have to go the long way around. Which I assume that block was originally supposed to be a Titansmith block, so you could go back the shortcut, and they, I guess, just didn't program that correctly, or perhaps it just, for some reason, was there, even though there's no other blocks for Thieves' Town to, you know, require myths, but, yeah.
So Drac having a little bit of difficulty with the hurry up over here. He's got to get it on his next attempt, or he will die. So, yeah, not too surprised that he's decided to nope out of that one.
Yeah, hurry up only really saves time, I think, if you get it first try, doesn't it? Or second try. Flute!
By the way, speaking of items, Thieves' Town had not just one set of gloves, but both.
Oh, wow. Really?
So, yeah, you weren't getting out of that this time.
Rip.
Drac is going to be very happy with that flute, by the way, since the mirror's in Thieves' Town, he'll be able to just activate the flute right then and there, and he'll get the mitts out of there too, so it's just like, boom.
Yep. And also, did you see what the... Oh, Moth had the big key, right. Blind is down for us. Blind has the map. But a crystal.
So, it's looking like the game wants to go check out Checkerboard Cave and probably most of Death Mountain at this point.
Yeah. So at this point, we know Bo can't be in pod. Where do you think Bo will be?
Honestly, at this point, I'm thinking Hookshot Cave.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess you can do all of Dark Death Mountain, right? And all of Death Mountain, actually, in general.
So this gets kind of interesting. Yeah, should we, Kermit, I'm gonna keep getting those two confused. Kermit's actually gonna go ahead and check what's in the big chest now in Skullwoods, taking the vanilla route rather than doing the bomb jump.
Yep, we already have people think, ooh, flippers! We already have people thinking about Ped.
So, the flippers are an interesting wrinkle. So, that puts Swamp Palace on the table as predicted.
Early Swamp. Oh boy, why game? And there's the Quake Medallion for carries. We're still not sure if that's required, but I guess he just is like, well, might as well pick it up now.
Now, here's the thing, though. If there is nothing in Swamp Palace, or as a reward for that green pendant, killing Mothula is entirely unnecessary this seed. So now, Kermit's actually going to feel incentivized to go into Swamp because he needs something to be there, or Mothula would have just been a big waste of time.
Yeah, I mean, because you can just sequence right your way into... Ooh, we're getting a pedestal check, people! Get your pedestal hypes in chat. It is just a little piece of love. Ped is dead.
That takes one option away from good old Kermit here to be able to take a benefit from the flippers. So, Mothula, we'll see if it looks like Fear Agent's gonna go for it as well. So the two of them are going to need to hope that those flippers lead to something. Yes, it will get them the boots, but I mean, Fear Agent already has those. So they better hope it's for something in Swamp itself, because a lot of the other runners in this race are most likely not going to go through Skullwoods at all due to it being a pendant.
Yeah, I mean, logically it's required, but I'm sure these runners know how to fake flipper to Ice Palace. Question is, are they willing to do that without flippers? Because if they're not in go mode, because yeah, that's what was that on the Spectacle Rock Cave hint?
A unique item is underwater, which can mean one of several places, and it actually does count the Waterfall Fairy Cave as underwater. So that could easily have just been the hint that tells us where the boots is. Where the boots is, yes, good. Very excellent.
Well, we know that 3 bombs are in the dam, like, under the water. So
that means the sunken item, the Waterfall Fairy items, and the flooded chest items in Swamp Palace.
Ew, interesting.
Alright, Kermit's picking up that mirror as Drac has decided to just skip everything else. He doesn't even have the hookshot from Hype Cave, and he's coming on up to Death Mountain. Drac is probably going to be making some extra visits as a result. He doesn't have the mirror from Thieves or the hookshot from Hype Cave, so it's going to be a very short trip for Drac.
You know, I can't honestly say which is worse about the Mothula fight, the moving spikes, or the fact that Mothula hitting the spikes does 0 damage.
It's pretty bad, but thankfully both Kermit and Fear Agent didn't have much trouble with the moth this time. Half magic and fire rod coming in handy. Outside
of Swamp was 3 bombs. Well, Light World outside flooded item thing.
It was going to be the first one into Tower of Hera to let us know what the 2 hints in here are, as well as see if there's anything unique.
Let's see what number 1 is. It is a shovel is near Misery Mire. Yeah, I think that's what it said.
Now, in a race setting, most people are generally pretty happy to see required basement Tower of Hera, because it means you don't have to ever worry about there being something down here. Big Key's hanging out down here. Ellis is gonna go hang out on the blocks, have himself a nice little break, probably get a drink.
Alright. Coffee break strats are always nice.
Decided it was a good time for me to have a drink too. Drax is gonna find that hook shot. He's probably gonna feel a little bit sad he didn't come down here just even slightly earlier. Because now that's gonna give him access to all of Death Mountain. Without even having to pick up the gloves. Which he probably should go get around to that too.
Yeah. Alright.
So Fury should equip with his flippers is now going to head into Village of Outcasts as well. Gonna get his mirror from Thieves Town and the 2 gloves.
Yep. Alright. Flute was Dark Maze?
No, it was in the room that has 4 turtles in the back of the pod. That is fully sequence broken, like...
It's out of logic without Bo.
Drac is actually putting in the time commitment to run all the way down to the Swamp Palace entrance just to check this first room's hint. If it's something useful, it's worth. If it's not, then it's about 40 seconds down the drain.
It says a unique item requires a Cane of Samaria. So that's Turtle Rock or Ether is Misery Mire. Is that what that said?
Mm-hmm. So shovel and Ether in the Mire Shed whenever you get around to that. And as for that hint, it also could just mean right side GT. So there's some vagueness on the good old Cane of Samaria hint. Also, of course, Vitreous.
True.
But hey, we'll see if that's actually a useful hint, or if it's just telling us that, hey, by the way, your magic powder's on the right side.
It could be Pyramid Fairy, too.
No. The hints don't actually adapt for the current seed, so it's not going to know whether or not a 5/6 crystal requires the Cane of Samaria. Yeah, the hints have pretty strict rules on what areas they can be assigned to, which helps out.
I guess.
Go Moldor, deciding that
like a how-to guide on hint system.
And Moldorf is down for Illis. Getting him
Master Sword.
Master Sword. Very nice. Alright. Illis with our second crystal already. I say already, but it's been 42 minutes. Agassides tend to be a little slow on the old dungeon completion.
And also Chet pointing out that can it be Ice Palace, the Cold Stare, if the key logic accounts, or is that another the game doesn't account for the...
It's not going to be able to account for the seed's own logic adaptations. The hints are very static in terms of where they can be.
Yeah. And BBB Kermit about to find out that the pedestal is not required today. Alright, we're about to get Spiral Cave. Or sometimes known as Resident Sleeper Cave. Because it is a long walk without boots.
Illis, unfortunately, being one of the people that did not sequence break into Waterfall Fairy, so he has to do this a long way. Also, Drac really committing to these sequence breaks, heading on up straight back to Death Mountain. With the hook shot.
I mean, we know it's not a sequence break, though, at the moment. But he doesn't.
Yeah, but now he's gonna have to make another trip up here with the gloves later. He's committing perhaps a little too hard to the broken sequence.
I wonder if at this point he's even remembering that this is out of sequence.
Yeah, he would know. He just really wants to get something good. Fortunately, all he's getting is a bunch of money and heart pieces and bombs.
I mean, there's no guarantee there's anything good on Dark Death Mountain.
It is true. The next bit of progression could easily be an Ice Palace with those flippers. We'll have to wait for Illis to show us what happens to be in the darker side of the mountain, since he is up here with the mitts and hookshot and ready to go.
Wonder when we're gonna see a swamp dive, if we ever get one.
Probably not for a while. Most of these friends are really not gonna want to go there. Like, even the ones that are more incentivized to check by finding the flippers, probably still not going to commit to it super hard just yet. Not with so much of Death Mountain available.
True, but it is a gamble.
Alright, here we go into Dark Death Mountain for Illos. We'll see what Drac missed on his first trip up the mountain. He's probably trying to find something like the mirror to help him out on that first loop, but unfortunately for him, everything he needs is sitting in Thieves Town. Thieves Town was super lucrative today.
Yeah, both glove upgrades.
Both gloves and a mirror. Pretty crazy.
So 3 of the 4 items were at least good. Ooh, Ice Rod.
Ice Rod just sitting out right outside of Turtle Rock. If Turtle Rock is Quake, then we can pretty much see where the logic's going.
Oh, that's evil, Pink Kitty Rose. That's just evil.
Well, I mean, you get your flippers from Skull Woods, you go check the Waterfall Ferry, and get your boots so you can get your Quake, so you can go do the entirety of Turtle Rock, which is probably going to be where the bow is.
And unfortunately, Dracarys misses the coffee break. Or maybe is just setting up for Death Warp, I guess.
Honestly,
that makes sense too.
That could just be the end of the game. Like, that could be the progression that leads to the end of this seed. Because we know that the flute is bow locked and pod, which would then lead you over to Meyer, which has the Ether Medallion right beside it, which will most likely be the medallion.
It's Quake! It's Quake!
Oh, goodness! Okay. So, we're looking at probably... Get your flippers, get your boots, get your Quake, get your Turtle Rock, and get your bow.
You know, I think that's all of Turtle Rock in logic, isn't it?
Yep. Because we have a cape for invincibility for Laser Bridge, we have the lamp, so that also is for Laser Bridge, and we have fire and ice rods.
Oh, what was in King's Tomb? I just missed it.
Nothing important.
Oh my, are we? No, we still need Ether for... Wait. We don't know what Meyer is. Unless that hint that we're about to see again. Ether is near Misery Meyer. Okay, so we don't know what Meyer is.
So, why we're going through
potentially bow mode.
Why we're going through a bit of step retreading here, since Ellis is gonna have to go figure out what to do now. Okay. So one thing I do want to bring up, it's for later today. On the same channel of Speed Gaming 3 later today, there is going to be a miscellaneous mode going on for the Link to the Past randomizer. That will be at the usual secondary time of 9 p.m. Eastern. But right now, Speed Gaming needs you to help pick out what the mode's going to be. So on their Twitter, there's currently hosting a poll for what the miscellaneous mode shall be. So hey, if anybody wants to participate, or just see if the mode played, feel free to head on over to the Speed Gaming Twitter and place your vote. And we'll see what ends up going on tonight. In terms of the modes, it will most likely be between things like Key Sanity, Inverted, Entrance, and Swordless. And we'll see which one the crowd wants to play.
What's Speed Gaming's Twitter?
Speed Gaming Show. So that is the handle on twitter.com/speedgamingshow. And right now, the actual choices for you are Atomizer, Entrance Shuffle with no Key Sanity, Triforce Hunt, 40 out of 50, and Pedestal to get you the exact ones.
Oh, cool. Alright.
So what this means is they removed the miscellaneous options that were played last week. So we had Inverted, Swordless, and Entrance Key Sanity, so all those are gone. And we have all these 4 instead. So place your vote. Let us know what you want to see for you.
And Illis doing this the long way without those boots. So interesting to know, if you don't have a sword, you'll actually just bonk off of these if you try to hammer dash. Just one of those weird things in the randomizer. And there's our 100 rupees, the only one in the game, if I remember correctly. Alright, let's see what blacksmiths have. Shield.
Hey, 4 is just equipment, so it's a little bit closer to what they usually are trying to make.
Yep, and we already know purple chest is garbage, so no need to pick that up.
Illis is probably going to head over into Skullwoods next, if I had to guess, just because there's not too many other options beyond heading down to check Cave 45, which he's doing now. This gets to be an interesting wrinkle of who puts all these pieces together first. And actually, Fear Agent's up on Dark Death Mountain with all the pieces to the puzzle in hand. He can just go straight into Total Rock if he wants to.
You're right. You can full clear this.
Yep, he's veering right now. He's probably going to dive in. It might be beneficial for him to go to Hera first, though, just because of that Master Sword, but it's not like he knows that.
Yeah, and also I do believe he has the Ice Rod. Yes, he has the Ice Rod.
Yep. So, if the bow is in here, then there's a very high chance we know where the rest of the progression in the game is, since that hint specifically told us that Ether was directly beside Mireshed. Okay, good. Fear Agent's gonna go check out everything else first. If he goes all the way to Hera and finishes that, he'll get rewarded with his Master Sword! And a sword
on Bombo's tablet.
Oh, swords at the tablets are always so painful.
I believe the other tablet was just a heart container?
Yep. So, Bombo Salad paying out for Illis. We'll see what he decides to do next. Oh, he's gonna go. Oh, Illis is gonna go sequence Big Zor area and get rewarded immensely. I thought
he's probably going to feel very sad that he did not do this earlier.
He might actually go into just Ice Palace, so no guarantees yet as to what exactly he goes for. I don't. Yeah, he might not have also checked Ice Rod Cave as well. That he did not. So. Oh, Illis, you found yourself in a sticky situation now. Kermit is quickly catching up here on Death Mountain, heading through Super Bunny Cave, so he might actually be... Well, he doesn't have his boots yet, so... Fear Agent is the only one up on the mountain with all the pieces of the puzzle intact. Illis is walking back out, so fake flippering is going to happen. It's just a matter of whether he's going straight to Ice Palace, or if he's going to check out the other items as well.
Yeah. Oh, let's hope he goes to the other items, because boots are always nice, and honestly, it's never a good idea to fake flipper into Ice Palace unless you're in go mode.
Yeah, right now, Drac has kind of shown one of the disadvantages.
He's going to Ice Palace.
Yep, gonna miss those boots. There's not gonna be anything in Ice Palace other than the bow, possibly. Or if he's really lucky, Bombos for Meyer.
Yeah. Go to the next room. Wow.
That one's always particularly
Thanks,
funny
game.
In Ice Palace if you come in here without Fire Rod or Bombos.
Thanks, game.
I mean, it's sound advice. There's only one other room to go to. It's for the rest of the dungeon. Jack finally going to be getting his 2 gloves. He's kind of shown the dark side of sequence breaking in this scene.
Bow!
Ooh. Okay. So, it's going to continue to lead Illis a little bit astray, because now he can go follow that bow and get his flute, and still be pulled away from the boots. Which he will need to get that Quake Medallion off of Lumberjack.
Yeah.
On the bright side, it will keep him at a Swamp Palace.
This is true.
So hey, this means that Turtle Rock is probably entirely empty.
Oh wow, you're right.
I mean...
Unless it has required bombos, which, knowing these scenes, quite possibly could happen. The flute is in the... Thanks, game. I guess that's at least helpful to Illis.
Yep, Illis is gonna head on in there, get his flute, and feel happy about it. He's gonna feel like he's in the right place right now. If only he knew how close to his boots he was!
Oh, yes.
Needless to say, I got the can of Samaria. I'm not gonna bother doing the Ice Palace bomb jump. Seems sound enough.
Yeah, we're playing Ring Around the Rosie with, what are those things even called?
The jellyfish?
No, it's that shiny ball that circles around the big chest of Tower Hera.
Well, Bubbles. Or whatever their official name is.
Bubbles and anti-fairies aren't the same thing.
Honestly, there's probably some sort of name for it, but I don't know it off the top of my head. So here's an interesting thing, then. Depending on how Drac routes, that bow could end up just being his go mode item. Which would give him a significant benefit of not having to full clear ice. He could actually just go mode ice and save himself a couple of the minutes he spent doing extra Death Mountain climbs and the like.
Oh boy. So we know where another medallion is. So we're in no mode unless Bombos is required for Misery Mire.
That is correct. Can't say I was expecting the bow and Ice Palace today. Unique items with a great fairy. A more specific hint that it was to check out the waterfall fairy, but I don't know if he's going to. Oh no, Kermit, no. Kermit has gone into swamp. Kermit is in swamp.
What is in swamp?
Kermit is in swamp.
Oh. I thought you said pyramid is in swamp, and it's like, Wait, how does that work?
The only thing in the whole game Kermit can find in here that can save him is a required Bombos. So... he's gonna have to be crossing his fingers and his toes and anything else that he possibly can, hoping for the dream. Because otherwise, this is gonna be one of those lovely 6 to 7 minutes wastes of time.
This is true.
And Drac is actually going to let us know right now which medallion is needed for Misery Mire. It is Bumbo!
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Of course! Of course!
So one medallion we don't know, and there's the ether and there's the shovel.
So the ether medallion is like an extra kick in the face after seeing the Bombos label on Misery Mire.
Watch it be in Checkerboard Cave now.
Oh, if it's in Swamp, then Kermit just soared up and above. Oh. I'm really curious about these Swamp and to rock dives now. Really curious.
There's the single arrow.
Hey, look, a unique item. This is Swamp Palace. It's a turtle rock! Okay. Okay.
Wait, what? We found it?
It's by the Chain Chops in Turtle Rock.
Oh, that's so disgusting.
So, Fear Agent's in a pretty good place right now, since all he really needs to do is go clear his crystal dungeons.
Yeah, and Swamp was a complete bait.
Yeah, Kermit's gonna be real sad by the end of this. Really sad. I knew those flippers would be a problem.
Well, the thing is that flippers also lead to Ice Palace, which put that bow in logic. And thus the flute.
It's true, but here's the problem. People that have played a lot of randomizer scenes, whenever they see the flippers in a Swamp Palace pendant scene, especially when you have to go so deep to get those flippers, you have to pray that they lead to something in Swamp, because if they don't, then you know everybody else is going to have just sequence broken the flippers altogether.
Yeah, and also Stair Glitch for BBB Kermit.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to avoid without the boots.
Can't you just hold right or something? I thought. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
It's a weird one. The boots, what you do is you dash straight at the stairs, not pressing anything until the entire transition is done, and then you grab the left wall and walk out.
I don't know. I thought I tested once and got it to not go back down when I held right, but that might have just been entirely a fluke.
Yeah, it's one of the weirdest glitches that remain in the Japanese version of the game. It's one of the only negative glitches, too. Most of the other ones are very beneficial.
Yeah, I wouldn't say one of the only. I mean, there's stuff like, Sprite despawn in Ganon's tower.
True. So, okay, here's something really interesting about Fear Agent's current position. If all he does is head to his next crystal after this in the form of Ice Palace, not only will he get the bow in the first chest, but he'll get the hint for the flute before he gets to the rest of Ice Palace, since it's in the room with the 2 Stalfos Knights before you get to the bulk of the dungeon.
He'd be in no mode at that point. That would be good.
He would be able to go on Ice Palace as a result. So, that's the thing. He already knows where Ether is. He read the hint in Tower of Hera. He doesn't have to worry about medallions. So, Fear Agent's sitting in a very comfortable position. But Drax's not going to be very far behind, especially since he already has the flute in his possession.
Yeah, but it depends who goes to Ice Palace first.
Honestly, Drax might be the one more incentivized to go there first because he knows there's nothing, that pod is bow-locked. He's certainly not going to go back into Eastern. They've all already had to dip that.
That's true.
Yeah, and Suzuki in the chat puts up a very excellent point. Fear Agent will most likely go to Misery Mire first, following that combo style. Wait, he can't. Okay. Hold on, correcting that. Fear Agent cannot go to Misery Mire because that requires the flute, which is in Bowlock Pod, so he's actually going to be funneled into Ice Palace, which is good for him. Magic powder on the laser bridge. Very nice safety to have.
Yes, it is.
So interestingly, this is one of those seeds that actually has the extra small key, not on laser bridge at all. And Fear Agent wants to put that magic powder to use, so he's already filled up his magic. Gonna use it here in the next room. The flippers were on Pendant... Okay, Pendant Modula had the big key, and then the flippers were in the Skullwood's big chest. So, Kermit's doing the smart thing here and is following those flippers since they were so hard to get to. It's just unfortunate for him that it's not the answer this time. I totally understand why he's doing it. It's just the luck is not with him today.
Yes, Duke Firebird, we are in no mode.
Yep! 100% no mode. We know where all 3 medallions are and where everything else is. Illis is about to get his flute before long.
So, Chain Chomps had the Bombos medallion. First chest of Ice Palace had the bow. Flute was in the back of Pod, and Flippers were in Skullwoods.
So, it's so sad, because Illis was right there. If he had gone to check Waterfall Ferry before going into Ice Palace, he would be in go mode right, well, not in go mode, but he'd be one step closer to it right now.
Yeah, and Boots were in the Waterfall Cave, right?
Yeah, because he needs those. Quake medallions on Lumberjack Ledge. He has to get it for Tour Rock to get to the Bombos medallion. He's going to be searching everywhere for those boots. Suppose this is one of those scenes where the 2 people that decided to sequence break the Zor area before going to Aghanim are having a huge advantage just because of the progress chain those boots were responsible for. Oh, be careful, Fear Agent. Be careful. Yeah, he's not risking it. He's gonna drink that blue potion.
Yep. Can't blame him. Hammered Trinex is really unpleasant at best.
Yeah, if you miss your initial hits when Trinex's changing forms, it can be kind of tricky to navigate the the boss to go where you want him to go in the first place.
Alright. Your agent finishes off Turtle Rock. Now we will see where he goes next.
Oh, Carmen's gonna be very frustrated in a moment when he gets to the boots, because he's checking all the flipper stuff right now.
Well, at least he's gonna find them.
So Drac does have his Bombos medallion from the change-off room, so other than that, he just needs to get over to Ice Palace, and he'll be in go mode.
Hey, you're right. Where were flippers were in Skullwoods, but assuming he big flippers, which I honestly wouldn't do myself, so I don't expect it from anybody else, but if he does, he'll be in go mode.
I'd say he's definitely gonna do it, because Drac will remember that he got the flute from Bowlock Pod, so he knows better than to check Misery Mire for the bow, since it's all he's after.
Yeah, but Skullwoods were the... I don't know. Powder.
Carmen about to get... Carmen filling up a bottle, and then about to get his boots.
It never hurts to have those safeties.
Giving out free green potions as they win the vanilla game.
And there's the boots for BBB Kermit.
And Fear Agent is going straight into Ice Palace. He will be our first runner on stream and go. Well, no mode. I keep forgetting that he doesn't have the flute yet. That's not bad.
It is nice, at least, that with the hints, to know where... Yeah.
Alright, okay, let's get Helmser King down for us. Free blue potions are nice. Especially since...
Wait.
This is the only one with Tempered Sword right now. Who knows what that fourth sword is?
Why is Fear Agent not going to be in go mode?
Because he needs a flute.
Right. Did he check the hint?
He will be checking this next hint when he gets to it. And then he'll be in no mode at the very least.
Hopefully he checks.
Time Drac also taking down Trinex into Phase 2. Enjoying the benefit of that blue mail that nobody else got except for Fear Agent. Oh, the two of them have been enjoying that comfortable bit of safety, which did just save his life, by the way. Oh, be careful, Drac. There we go.
Check that hint, Fear Agent. Okay,
here it goes.
Checking. And there is no mode for Fear Agent.
Now, we'll have to see based on how he routes Ice Palace whether he realizes this or not. I imagine he will.
Well, I mean, if he knows, all he has to do is drop down to where Cold Stare is after doing the Ice Palace bomb jump, and he'll be good to go. Which it looks like he's setting up for.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is in a lot of trouble, though, because he's going to pursue that flute into Misery Mire trying to find the boots to get the Quake Medallion. He can't go into the dungeon itself, thankfully, so it'll help bottleneck him towards it, but you gotta think at some point he's going to do the rest of Desert Palace. Just everything else.
I don't think that... Wait, that worked? Okay,
Yep.
Sure game.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Looked a little low, but...
Not gonna find that lovely nothing in Spike Cave he's up here. Kermit is now heading on the right track, at least. He's heading straight into True Rock. He'll get his most medallion. So he too will be able to experience the lovely go mode that is finding out the flute is in Palace of Darkness.
Kermit needs his bow.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he needs to get the Bombos medallion from True Rock. Otherwise, he'd be full clearing Ice Palace. Yep, looks like Fear Agent's just gonna check that first chest and be on his way. Drac, Jack the Witch doesn't fill your potions. The assistant fills your potions.
I hope that Fear Agent's just healing up. Yeah, okay. He knows he's in no mode. Also, he has the bow for the trackers.
Alright. So, Fear Agent gonna be the first one to pursue that flute. Head on over to Mystery Mire and hopefully finish this one up. But he's got a lot of work to do still. Where are you headed, Jack? Looks like he's heading over to Bombos Vidal Tablet. He'll get rewarded with the Tempered Sword, which isn't too bad. Obviously gonna check K45 first, since he didn't come down and do the various mirror shenanigans.
Sure.
So it's not all bad news for Jack. That Tempered Sword will be very appreciated, especially once he gets around to good old Cold Stare. As Fear Agent spams down Cold Stare very nicely with a bunch of Fire Rod shots. Well done.
Up. And I imagine he's going to go to Pod and Eastern, get his flute, and then go mode Mire, and then just head off to Gin's Tower.
Ellis is going to feel very stumped here in just a moment as he finds out that he can't even get into Mystery Mire either. And with Desert being bootlocked, he is just being throttled into the choice of either further fake flippering the Zora area or Skull Woods, because Checkerboard Cave is his last location at this point.
He can still check Shovel Spot.
It's true. It's very true. Kermit decided to heck was trying to dodge the rollers, just going to go through with the cape. Makes perfect sense. Track checking out that powder as well. Oh. Go do your crystals, Track. Go do your crystals. They're important.
And Fear Agent knows exactly where he's going right now. Well, he doesn't know where in Pod it is, but he knows it's in here somewhere. Oh!
Enemy's always dodging that sword swing. And the other one was encroaching on him, so...
Thankfully, you only lose the 10 rupees and not the 100.
Yep! Kiki may be an extortionist, but he's at least fair when it comes to the escort fees. Oh, Drac, are you going to Skull Woods? Looks like Drac is going to decide to go independent Skull Woods over Crystal Ice Palace.
You know, we call him an extortionist, but, you know, climbing up a building could be rather dangerous, and...
But he's unlucky.
You know, fixing roofs usually, I would think, costs more than $100, so it's actually quite fair.
So, Fear Agent also going to get a nice benefit out of Palace of Darkness here, because the flute is actually in one of the earlier back chests. So he can just, like, leave and go straight to Helmsar King, rather than having to check out the basement or Dark Maze. Seems good. Also probably feeling quite gratified to see that Palace of Darkness was bowlocked this whole time. I'll give it to Fear Agent. He has pretty much gone right at this siege. Very nicely done.
Yep.
Ooh, Kermit, be careful. Down to half a heart due to those pokies. The troubling thing with the pokies is when you use the fire rod on them, their lowest section will bounce around erratically sometimes and not get caught in the fire rod blast. Which can be really bad because, you know, that's a large chunk of your health just removed, even with Blue Mail.
Well, I mean, 06 GTO, the Kiki's also fixing the roof for you.
Pay me for the door of hair. Alright, Fear Agent deciding to head straight into the back. He will be rewarded shortly enough. No. He's indecisive as to whether or not he wants to finish checking the front. And thankfully for him, he has chosen correctly. This will lead him straight to the flute. Illis and Drac both gonna go through all of Sucklewood's, find their flippers, and realize, oh no.
Yep.
Please don't tell me this is space over the swamp. Both of them were so close, and yet now they're going to be so far, because if they find those flippers, it's probably gonna bait both of them in a swamp palace, like right away. Because they'll feel they made a huge mistake, and they'll want to chase the flippers.
Oh boy.
Now, unfortunately for Fear Agent, there was not a small key in the Harmless Hellway, so he's gonna have to go grab one from the basement, but no big deal.
And yes, Crazy Sunshine, go more for Fear Agent.
Yep, as of about 1 minute and 4, like 1:14:30-ish.
You already got it. And Illa's gonna check the pedestal and going to be very disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be careful about this room. Sometimes you get bounced a lot further than expected. Not too sure what he's headed over there for, but... What are you doing? I don't know if he thought this cunning plan through. You need the blue switch here. There you go. I get that, though. You're so used to doing that to get to the upper portion of the Palace of Darkness. Not a lot of people are used to actually coming from the top of Palace of Darkness to head east. It happens. Yeah. It's just muscle memory getting in the way.
Are you okay?
It's just me eating a drink. No big deal.
Alright.
Better. Okay. So, am I gonna be right on this assumption?
There.
Yeah, it's fine. Illis is heading straight to Swamp Palace. Oh. Well, maybe not straight. He's gonna pray that the shovel bails him out right now. He's gonna pray. Back about to get his flippers as well. We'll see what he does with them.
Alright.
Alright, Illis. Where are you going?
Does he know about the fact that there's the Bombos medallion on the lumberjack?
The Quake
or not
medallion?
Bombos, Quake?
Oh no,
Tell
Kermit!
me, Kermit took the safety. Oh, never mind. He has a fairy.
Yep, still has that fairy in a bottle from Mini Moldorm Cave, coming back to save his life. Good job, fairy. Yeah, Fear is solidly in the lead at this point. He would love to see that tempered sword, but for the time being, he's gonna get his 5th and 6th crystal here and be on his way to Meyer before long. On the bright side, the game is happy to give him more of the blue potions. And thank goodness, Illis is avoiding Swamp Palace and doing the rest of the flipper checks. He'll get his boots and be able to be on his way.
Unfortunately, Dracarys is going to Swamp instead of Press F.
Yep. Because this is where it really settles in. Drac realizes that if there's nothing in Swamp Palace, he has made a huge error and is going to be doomed. So he's putting all his chips down on Swamp to save his butt, but it's not gonna happen. I get why he's doing it, it's just not the correct play this time. And Hills gets his boots, so he will be able to just have that horrible sinking feeling in his chest of how early other people had those. And will be on his way.
Yep. That's never a good feeling.
Kermit getting his lovely 2 rupees for taking out Argus. Illis about to get his premium arrows, only the finest of ones to fight Ganon with. He's not even bothering to pick them up. How rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we can confirm, Kermit has actually full cleared all of Swamp Palace, so there's not even a sword in Swamp. The memes are weak today. We didn't have Ice Rod and Turtle Rock, and we didn't have a sword in Swamp Palace.
No, but we did have an item required for Go Mode in Turtle Rock.
This is true, but it wasn't on Laser Bridge. Alright, so Ellis is gonna get rewarded with his Quake Medallion as soon as he gets over to the Lumberjack Ledge and the boot checks. He'll undoubtedly head straight for Turtle Rock after that, so he's on the path now. He'll get all caught up as fast as he can.
Yep.
In the meantime, Fear Agent is finishing off the Almost Knights and will be off to activate his flute.
Indeed. And there's blue mail for Illis.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna bother picking up red mail out of the library.
I mean, I would, but that's because I eat casual.
Yep, no problem in getting it. It's just these runners are going to be wanting to spend as little time getting safety as possible.
And Illis just needs to go to Turtle Rock and get his Bombos medallion.
Off he goes.
Okay, so Illis gonna be in Go Mode shortly.
Yep, and honestly, he's not super far behind. At this point, he is 1 full Turtle Rock clear, which, yes, is like... he gets the Go moded. Quote-unquote Go moded. So he'll be about 5 minutes behind Fear Agent at this point.
Ooh. Although... yeah, pretty much.
He does have a sword advantage, though, so it's gonna be on Fear Agent to show how comfortable he is with Master Sword Ganon, should it come down to it. That gets the nice quick kill on Argus as well, getting the 2 Fire Rod shots at a spin.
Although likely the last sword is in Ganon's tower at this point, we will see if we pick it up along the way.
I know Fear Agent would be super thrilled if that does happen. Oh, Track is full committing to the Swamp Palace play. Going to left side.
Oh boy. And going to be sorely disappointed when he finds absolutely nothing.
Looks like Kermit is checking out a few other mirror spots. He's going to be finding that Tempered Sword on Bombo's tablet here in a moment. So due to all the struggles this seed has caused most of the runners, Fear Agent's the only one that's not getting that Tempered Sword, sheerly from just being the one that ended up going to all the right places. One of those things, you can never feel too bad when the Tempered Sword just drops down upon your head from the sky.
Yeah, although with Silver's Master Sword Ganon isn't as bad as Master Sword Silverless.
Oh, Kermit going back into Desert, gonna get that lovely heart piece out of the big chest. Putting off ice for so long. Oh, there's a Tempered Sword in Mire. Fear Agent is good to go.
Yep, alright then.
Well, we know where all 4 swords are now.
Yes, we do. Yeah, and chances are everybody's gonna get that sword.
Yep, that chest is one that's pretty much nobody's gonna skip, because after all, the big key is further in. We didn't get a hint about left side, so off he goes to check it.
There's the big key.
Fear was so expecting it to not be that he was already heading for cutscene chest.
Fear agent, where do you... yeah, there you go.
Just muscle memory. He's so used to going to the boss area from the upper right, and sometimes people end up walking right by this convenient teleporter that takes you to the same place.
And there's go mode for Ellis.
Yep, getting that right at the start of Tutor Rock, so now he can skip the big chest as well as... Actually, I didn't catch where the small keys were. I know both of them are on this middle floor, so hopefully it's not big key chest and big chest, or he's gonna be a little sad.
True.
Kermit getting his heart piece and realizing, oh, fine. Out he goes!
Although, honestly, I would not go to Pendant Swamp Palace over Ice Palace.
So here's the funny thing. Both Drac and Kermit are probably going to get to the Ice Palace at about the same time. Back into the Sanctuary.
Alright, so here shortly, we're going to have chat's favorite game, although we won't actually be playing the big key guessing game officially, but have a number ready for when Fear Agent finishes off victorious and gets his crystal. Because with silvers, this is not going to take very long at all.
Yeah, silver arrows are extremely effective for this. The only downside to using so many silver arrows here is now he's not going to have very many for Ganon's tower itself.
Yep. Alright. So, everybody in chat, there are... Ooh, and there's the blue key. There are 22 chests in the basement at Ganon's tower. Well, and a torch. Only 22 locations can have the big key. Where do you think that big key will be? I'm going to say 22 tile room. Where do you think, Pink K Rose?
Okay, before I guess, I just want to point something out. Remember how we got that hint that says a unique item requires the Key to Savaria? There it was.
Wait. Oh, the blue cane.
Because you need Savaria to get to Vitreous. As for me, I'm gonna go a good old random room, so let's count that as like number 13.
13 it is.
Tracking his bow and feeling really, really frustrated right now that he just last location that. So him and Kermit are gonna be on base.
You know, now that I think about it, though, that Samaria hint could have just as easily referred to Bombos, though.
Not actually. So, something about the hints is that they kind of keep all the different usual game modes in mind. And in Inverted, you don't need the Cane of Samaria to access the Chain Chomp chest, so it's actually not part of that hint.
Ugh.
Despite this being standard, because the hints are not mode specific.
I hope they fix that up in a later version, but we'll see.
In the meantime, Fear is off to open Ganon's tower, while both Kermit and Drac are making their way through Ice Palace. Now, it looks like Kermit's slightly ahead, but the one thing to keep in mind is that Drac has already been into Palace of Darkness, so he already has the big key and can head straight to Helmsor King when he gets there.
Yep.
So even though Kermit knows where the flute is now, thanks to that handy-dandy hint, he still needs to actually get it. Epiculus going into Misery Mire for his 7th crystal. And Furiation's heading on over to the right. Ha! Those 10 arrows are gonna feel pretty handy right about now. 20 arrows! Nice refill after fighting vitreous for fear agent.
Yep.
One of the few times all the new 10 arrow drops are actually rather helpful. Yeah, Kermit does actually have to go activate the flute as well, so that's more time that Drac has for him.
That's what, about 10 to 15 seconds or something?
I mean, the fanfic is longer than that, so overall, between getting the flutes and activating the flutes, that's about 2 to 2.5 minutes of leeway.
True. I don't know. I'm bad with time. Whoa. No big key yet, so that's 7 chests so far. Having a little trouble with the Stalfos room.
I mean, being me, I'm gonna have a chuckle if it's actually over in the compass chest. I mean, the compass room.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
I mean, there was no small key though, so he would have had to do, wow, brain, please work.
good old dark magician strats. They're beautiful. Fear agent showing off some nice swag blue king tricks. I mean, blue boomerang tricks to hit those switches and be moving as quickly as possible without having to rely on the King of Samaria. Meanwhile, Drac is headed into Misery Mire. Deciding to go ahead and just do that before he goes and finishes off Pawn of Eastern. While Kermit's off to go to the Palace of Darkness to get his flute. Now, to the location of that sword, everybody else is gonna have butter, but other than making Ganon a little bit more, how shall we say, brainless, it doesn't help too much otherwise.
Oh boy.
So it didn't end up being Rando Room, so if it's not here with Bob or the Ice Arrows, then it's on right-hand side.
Yep. Also, I love this strat. Where you just bonk across the pit.
Yeah! Anybody who played this game as a kid,
It's with Bob! So, chest 14.
Let's see. That is fully correct. Alright, so Fear Agents go ahead and run straight up the tower. Our magician's strat should just be a waste of time today, so it's feeling pretty good. Chose the best possible strat for that particular big key.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright, and with that, Illus will also be off Ganon's tower.
Do the second of the runners with all 7 crystals. We'll see what he does for Ganon's tower itself. But for now, Jack's heading off to the boss of Misery Mire. Gonna have that gold sword too. Well,
And we're about to have all 4 of our runners in go mode. As soon as we beat Kermit, makes his way to the flute in the back of Pod, which I assume will be quite shortly.
Yep. He also decided to skip the other chests in the front. Good on him. He's got enough small keys that he can just head straight to the boss after opening the flute chest too.
Indeed.
And the big lead for Fear Agent was actually multiple factors today. So, first thing was, before going to the required Agadim, he sequence broke the Zor area and ended up getting the boots from the Waterfall Fairy. After that, he picked up the Quake Medallion from the Lumberjack Ledge after defeating Agadim.
Whoa!
Going up Death Mountain.
Spooky action and, a little bit of spooky action glitch going on there. Okay, I
reckons
did not realize you could do it that way.
Good old backup Spooky. Yeah, Fear Agent also... Despite he ended up getting the flippers from the back of Skull Woods, but decided on Ice Palace over Swamp, which ended up being a really big deal. So many people got baited into Swamp Palace and ended up, ending up being a big waste of time.
I mean, you can't blame them. You had early access. Also, Illus making his way into Ganon's Tower now.
Draken his 5th crystal. He'll be heading over to Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace shortly.
Nice Felice Robe rooms.
Fear should have a good time through the gauntlet. Everything seems to be going relatively smoothly.
And he's gonna have a nice, smooth Ganon fight as well with those silvers and the tempered sword. Now all that's left is, well, Agatu and Moldorm 2.
Probably won't be checking any of the extra chests. Nope. Tempered and Silvers is perfectly comfortable, and he's already got half magic and knows where red mail is, so there's just really nothing additional in there for him. Oh! Accidentally managing to hit the switch with that pot. The hitbox on those are surprisingly farther above you than you'd think.
Yeah. It just needs a spin and a slash. Which apparently he already got the slash.
Noah's already heading to the left, so he's gonna find the big key without wasting time as well.
And mushroom. Lol. What
Hey,
a way to
Mushroom!
finish the seed.
What you doing in the final chest there, Mushroom? Is there something you want to tell us? Did Mulder have something he wanted out of you? So, which is not going to be seeing that one today, to say the least.
Yep. And Fear Agent off to Agatu.
Let's see how the old Geometry Wizard treats him today. First one's pretty decent.
Hey, only gets a 1 out of that, because...
Yeah, it was just too far away to get a double off of that one. Okay, 3 singles so far. Geometry is getting the best of them. Well, this could be... So now we reach that point in the fight where the first one is fully distinct from the other. Yeah, once the wizards start desyncing a little bit, this starts to get much more frustrating to deal with. Oh, this could be good, but there
Alright.
we go.
Off to Ganon. Also, I miss the days when there were no blue balls. Or Ganon teleports.
Those would have been nice, huh? Thankfully, they are seeded, so everybody's gonna get stuck with the same nonsense patterns.
Yeah.
Alright, heading not into the Pyramid Fear Agent. I'm gonna take down the Pig Forest today.
Alright. There's the big key for Illus as Fear Agent falls into the Ganon hole.
Getting the cape out seems like a sound strat. One of those things, if you're not super comfortable with going for the fastest Ganon strats, then doing spin attacks on Ganon when he's next to the wall is a really good idea.
And this is why I like red mail precisely, because Ganon hurts.
Thankfully, Fear Agent does have a couple of blue potions that were freebies from the various potions that dropped during the game. So he'll be okay either way, as Ganon moves on into phase 3.
This is true.
If I can drink that right now, yep! Does not want to risk getting hit by a stray fire bat or getting hugged. Ganon being relatively kind, although he still hasn't stopped with this last hit. There we go. Not too many teleports today. Find the silver arrows in the line world. Yes, you should probably have not just sold them at the pawn shop, Ganon.
Yeah. Well, he probably hid him somewhere and somebody sold him to the bottle vendor, you know?
It's true. Gan really needs to work on where he hides his one weakness. And with this last silver arrow, that is going to do it for Fear Agent.
Gee. When he enters through the door, we will let you know. With that, Fear Agent finishes in 5th place with the official SRL time of 1:39.57, improving his personal best by a minute. Congratulations and GG.
Very nicely done by Fear Agent, finishing just about 6 minutes behind the first placement of Elminster, who finished with 1:30.04, and had Data World, Chisame, and Ninjembro finishing up not too long after that.
Yep.
One of those things where Fear Agent managed to be one of the only runners on here that not only got those boots, but managed to avoid getting distracted away from Ice Palace. There were so many things that people could put off, which they thankfully did not, and as a result, found that bow, found that bombos from Turtle Rock, and had himself a very good time. Honestly, the only kicker was doing Skull Woods. He could have avoided it, but the flippers still led him to the right place, so it's not all bad.
Yep. Getting more. A couple more. Oh boy.
Yeah, you can tell Drac is not happy as he is making his way up to Ganon's tower. The sting of the last location go mode sinking in nice and hard. I know that feels so bad. As Fear Agent recovers from the high and placing really, really well today. We'll see if he wants to come in and join us at some point here, but for now...
Oh, Fear Agent, how are you? GG.
I can't believe I just won on stream against these 3 racers.
You sure did. You managed to, like, other than getting those flippers in Skull Woods, you basically got rat at this seed.
Yeah, when I got those flippers, I was hoping that Swamp was the play. Because I felt way behind at that point.
Yep, and pretty much out of everybody who got those flippers, you're the only one to avoid the bait to go into Swamp to try to chase them.
Well, once I got both gloves in Thievestown, I was like, I'm not going to fight it. There's way too much to do. And I thought Turtle Rock was going to have everything. Ice was actually the big play.
Technically needed to do both since they both had one go-load item, but doing Turtle Rock first was better for you, because then you get that lovely hint right at the start of Ice Palace to tell you, hey, your go-load item's right here. Don't bother with the rest of this dungeon.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Illa's about to drop into the Ganon fight.
And second one I'll be doing that one. So, I gotta say, how much did you smile when you sequence broke those boots?
Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy. Because I actually did a different route. Right after Escape, I went south, just trying to mix things up a bit. And then I saw that I didn't get anything out of it. And I went to CAC and saw the Moon Pearl. And I was like, and we had a ton of money. I was like, oh, crap.
So you didn't want to leave him behind. You wanted to turn every stone before Aghanim. But he was like double required today, so... It's probably for the best that you didn't end up having to skip them.
Yeah, that's true. Did everyone else water walk?
Actually, no. And Dracarys was the only other person on stream to do the Zora sequence break, so only the 2 of you had the boots for the longest time.
When I found the boots, I was elated. I was super elated. I've never beat Drac, so this feels really good. Poor
Drac, he took the Swamp Palace bite because he decided to go finish Skull Woods instead of going to Crystal Ice Palace. Got the flippers from that and decided, okay, I'm doomed if I don't do Swamp Palace, so he full cleared that. And managed to last location the bow in the first chest of Ice Palace.
No.
Yeah, that's gonna not feel great for a bit.
Alright, GG to Illis. We will get his time when he walks through the door.
I'm still in shock. I can't believe it.
You did really well, and you managed to wrap that up pretty nicely as well. Not letting any sort of there was a couple of tight moments like your fight against Trinex, but you took no risks. You drank those safeties when you needed to.
Yep.
And just showed that, hey, if you're not 100% confident, then just use the safeties. They're there for a reason.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I probably won't get hit by him again, but if I do, it's going to be really bad. So just drink it. Just take the time and drink it.
Alright, and also joining us now, we have our second finisher on the stream, who finished in a total of
144.44.
in 9th place. Hi, Ellis!
Hi, GG.
GG, sir. So how about that seed?
I hate seats like this. Like, you could have
I like
sequence broken. You could have sequence broken those boots 1 hour ago, but no.
Which is
and
what
those people who finished with those boots, or who have found those boots, finished 10 minutes earlier. So it was a bit frustrating finding those.
Well, Illis got those as well, early on.
Yeah, Fury. But,
Yeah,
I feel
sorry.
Fury did drag.
I can look and talk and scream, I promise.
But here's the thing. You two right now, Fury and Illis, are the only two on the restream that avoided the Swamp Palace bait.
I almost got baited in the Swamp Palace, but it didn't feel quite right to go and look for items in it. Actually, thought that I would find Quake somewhere else and bomb boss in Turtle Rock.
There was just too much to go into Swamp, I feel like.
Yeah.
I felt behind the entire race, though. I think that's why I'm so surprised that I finished first on the restream. Is I felt like every check I made was the last one, but I guess not.
It was kind of linear, I would say.
Yeah, the bow being in Ice Palace of all places surprised the heck out of me, but I mean, Turtle Rock had finished anyways, because of course it was the third and final medallion, right?
Yeah, I was surprised that Misery Maya was not either.
Yeah,
we got the hint for it too, though, so that made it that much more easier to just go there.
you know, come to think of it, we got hints for both. Or, no, we didn't get one for Bombos, we got one for... Never mind. I was gonna say, like, it would be surprising to get hints for both medallions and then find the last one on Lumberjack.
We actually got the hint. I mean, we actually had to find out what Misery Liar was nice and early, because Dracker's sequence broken to pod is his first thing to do in the Dark World. And let us see that, why, yes, it was Bombos.
Wow. Kind of typical for him, I'd say.
Yeah, and kind of typical for the seed to put the third medallion, but at least it was just in a crystal dungeon that you weren't going to walk by, so it ended up being for the best.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, I guess this isn't horrible that PvP Permit is going right side.
Yeah, Drac did too, so yeah, just stacking on to the other things that are going to make him feel sad this seed.
Those 4 keys that you get after doing the Stalfos room really draw you to the right side.
Yep. But hey, at least Hoperoom gave you that awesome 20 arrow refill since you were down from fighting Vitreous.
I think I had 3 finds that were my favorite. The boots early, and then instead of just jumping into Turtle Rock, I went to Hera and found my Master Sword. And then I was in Go mode in Mire, and I found Tempered, and that made me the most happy, because I really didn't want to do Master Sword Ganon, and I wasn't going to check a bunch of chests either.
Yeah, I was commenting on how you were just...
Oh dear, PvP Kermit is deciding to not go full right, so... Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get a full clear of the basement again, star minus the big chest and the tile room, most likely.
What are you trying to say, Ellis?
I found butter, but I have no idea where the last sword upgrade was.
I was almost tablet.
Oh right, Bombo's tablet, of course.
everybody except for Beer Agent got that one because he never got distracted over into that area of the map.
Yeah, with Woods, you would have had better things to do.
Wait, thinking on it, did that mirror give us anything? Because I don't think it did.
No, I don't think.
Not upgrade. But else, I don't recall anything, to be honest.
So, nice big bait from the mirror in Thievestown being completely worthless this scene.
I don't understand why people face backwards against Aga. Like, it just makes it that much harder to hit the things. Alright, with that, Dracarys is on his way to Ganon.
So, I know you two didn't have, well, you had a great time. It was not such a great time. But,
Well, I felt good about this seed until I found the boots.
yeah. So everything was going, shall we say, swimmingly? Up until then?
Also, is BBB Kermit really? I guess he never went and got Blue Mail?
No, he is Blue Mail. That's why Shy Guy's blue.
Yeah, it's just not marked on his tracker.
Sure enough. I need to learn what all the colors are for the sprites with the different males.
I felt terrible about the seed until I finished. That's when I felt good. Afterwards, then I felt good about the seed. But up until then, I felt... When I was in Ganon's Tower, I expected everyone to be finished as I entered Ganon's Tower.
Nope, you were... Actually, I didn't know this time when you were in his tower for a little bit there, so that must have been kind of exciting in its own right if you were looking at the IRC and all.
Yeah. Who finished first?
I know, Minster. But only like less than 6 minutes ahead of you.
Yeah, so that felt good.
You did really well. Like, there's definitely no shaking that one. You got everything exactly where it needed to be.
Yeah, you really routed that well. Oh, jeez, that scares me every time. Oh,
I know it's like you routed really well too. It's just that you unfortunately did it the intended way.
Yep, and also, Dracarys, we will read off his time once he enters that door.
And yeah, I was pretty happy about my Ice Balance sequence break. I thought for a while that Palace of Darkness or Skullwoods would have flippers and that I might be able to skip them, but that was not the case. Or maybe I might have been, but in the end I went to Skullwoods.
You were so close too. Like I felt a little sting of pain when you went straight to Ice Palace instead of checking Waterfall Fairy first. What do you think?
Yeah, I can imagine.
That would have made probably a 6-minute difference just from not having to go to Skullwoods.
Yeah, easily. If I had sequence broken to those boots, I might have finished first. That's what angers me the most.
It's always the boots. And also that has Drac finishing up in 13th place with a 152.20 as well. That's 3 out of 4 of our restream people being done, and Kermit is on his way up the GT Ascent as well.
Kermit's gonna be so mad that he lost to me. I can't wait to hear from him.
Oh, Fear Agent's waiting for that salt.
Oh my.
Kermit always likes to fire some shots, so get ready.
Yeah.
See if Drac wants to join in on that one. I wouldn't be surprised if he declines, because, yeah. Last location in your go mode is the worst feeling in this game. Like, really, really bad. Oh, no, he's gonna join us today. So, yeah. We get to see exactly how miserable this one is, because he got the boots, but he got beta into everything else.
So Swamp didn't have anything. Swamp was pretty empty.
Not even a sword. It had absolutely nothing.
Sounds like a classic Dracarys, getting baited into everything, handling the seed anyway.
Yeah.
Sounds like his style's about the same. Ooh. Oh boy.
Probably gonna look at that solid 160 something on collection rate from him, most likely.
I'm still in shock. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna be thrilled. It's just like, okay, that went about as well as possible. Coming on World War II, so yeah, we'll have that one all done soon. It was fun to watch this one though, just kind of watch it unfold and see every little sting of where things just went so wrong.
I always predict the GT Big Key to be on Bob's chest, so I was pretty happy to see it there too.
And we are joined by Dracarys. GG, sir.
GG's. That was a fun one.
Drac! Not again!
Not again.
Not again!
The scene was... Well, it should have been linear, let's say it like that, but I didn't want to follow it.
You were so committed to the sequence breaking that it just shattered him. It just destroyed you. And then you just had to do one more sequence break. Just one more sequence break, Jack.
Yeah, about that. I had the hint from, I think it was Swamp Palace, that told me a unique item requires the Cane of Samaria. And then I found no unique items in Turtle Rock that were blocked by Cane, like inverted or something, so the hints didn't apply to that. So I was, like, pretty sure that Wittrius will just have the flippers to put me back into logic, and that the bow would be in Skullwoods, and then I was really sad when I found the flippers instead. And since I basically last location those, I just took a gamble and went into swamp instead of ice, and work out.
Yeah, and it turned out that that Cane of Samaria unique item was just Cane of Burna and Vitrius.
Jack, I'm glad you went to Swamp Palace. That made me happy.
Wow.
You gave me a fighting chance.
Oof.
Yeah, but I liked Swamp Palace.
It didn't even have a sword.
The qualifiers. It's all the qualifiers that have tainted Swamp Palace.
Well,
Yeah, but it's hookshotless Swamp Palace. I had all the things I needed for Swamp, so maybe that was the mistake.
yeah, that was the big thing, is that this time you actually had the hookshot. It's not gonna have anything if you have the hookshot. If recent things have shown us anything.
That was just a complete bait, honestly.
Well, Jack certainly wasn't the only one that fell for it. There's a couple of Swamp Palaces lit up on the trackers today. And I totally get it too. Like, you see those flippers and you're just like, Swamp Palace is the only thing these actually lock. If it's not there, I am doomed. And thus, off to Swamp Palace you went.
Yeah, and also, BBB Kermit about to interface for Ganon as soon as these teleports stop. Thank you, Ganon.
I think for me, finding the boots, flipper lock, sort of dissuaded me from going to Swamp Palace.
Yeah, since that already gave you your flipper-related progression, since you ended up finding Quake on Lumberjack Ledge as well.
Yep.
It could have all been so convenient.
Alright, GG to BBB Kermit.
So Jack, other than the boots, was there anything you actually liked about this scene?
The sequence broken flute was nice. Didn't believe anything, but it was nice.
The thing I really heard about that one is the second hint in Ice Palace specifically said the flute is in the Palace of Darkness.
Yes, this.
So everybody else is just like, oh, I could go vote Ice Palace then.
Yep. Alright, so BBB Kermit finishes in 18th place with a time of 1:58.35.
I can't wait to hear what he thinks.
By the way, I totally regretted my Ice Palace routing when I found the second item. I didn't do the bomb jump, so I had to go to the right side and find the big key. That was painful.
Oh. And we are joined by the last hour we streamed folks. BBB Kermit, how's it going?
Hey.
GG's. That seed.
Kermit, I finished first on the restream. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's restream curse.
It was interesting to watch all the different ways that this seed just picked everybody that wasn't Fear Agent up and just smacked them around.
I mean, I really liked it. I think I would have always played like that because, like, I want to win this race, and like, when you don't have the best execution, like, you have to try things. And I think like going for the flipper stuff in Swamp was a good idea. Didn't work out though.
I'm not going to disagree with you at all on that one, because, I mean, when you find the flippers so deep into a pendant dungeon, you gotta hope there's something in Swamp, because that would be a huge advantage if there is, but just wasn't lucky this time.
Yeah, well, it's fine. Like, I had fun this race.
Me too. I had a lot of fun.
Same.
As I said, most of the seed was fun for me as well.
It's like the boots actually existed. That was something.
Did you find boots early, Kermit?
No, not really. After Swamp Palace.
Oh.
You were the only one to sequence break early, I believe, Fear Agent.
Drac was too.
Drac did too?
Yes.
Never mind then.
I wanted to do some Pink Kitty Rose early game strats and they backfired. Absolutely.
I saw that in Gina check. I'm just like, oh god, he's gonna do it, isn't he? There he goes!
It was the absolute worst thing I could have done. It's incredible.
Early book and mandatory progression in Pendant Desert. Well, not mandatory, just suggested for people who aren't crazy.
Exactly.
Did anybody do the Smith checks? Kermit, did you do the Smith checks?
Yeah. I think I did everything but catfish.
In the back of my mind, I heard Kermit say, "Never check the Smiths," so I never checked them.
It was garbage, whatever it was.
It was a shield.
Yeah.
There was a hint about the purple chest though, so I did not bother checking that at least.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on there. And I brought this up with the others as well, but that complete red herring mirror, by the way, it gave you guys nothing. It was just there to taunt you, to make you make bad decisions.
To go into Swamp Palace.
Yup. It's just like, here you go. Have a mirror. It leads to no progression, and it's not even going to be helpful for routing. Go to it. Also, Thieves Town having both the gloves, you know. It's like, you can't just be content having one glove like in the main game. No, it's got to have both.
Yeah, Thieves Town was so crazy.
That was the thing that I was particularly confused about. Jack, you were just like full on committed to not going to the Western Dark World for a while there.
I was so hoping to find a glove on Death Mountain so I can just use the portal instead of take the long walk over there. But didn't expect both gloves in Thieves Town.
So all you earned yourself was an extra Death Mountain climb, because of course. Thankfully you didn't go back up there until you had everything that you needed for Turtle Rock, but still.
Yeah, at least the ice road was right in front of Turtle Rock.
That was kind of the interesting difference with Illis. Everybody else was either flute or BOGO mode, or just like something along those lines. But Illis was actually Bombos, because not finding those boots for as long as he did, he wasn't able to get the Quake Medallion, so his trip up to Dark Death Mountain didn't get him into Turtle Rock, so he had to go there much later.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretty much thinking that I could have had an absolute shortcut if I just found the boots, but yeah, it did not work out that way. I think there were go modes though, but yeah.
It was actually turned out to be really good for you, that Bombos was Meyer, because it kept you out of that dungeon as well.
Oh, we've seen some Maya full clears as well, right?
Yeah,
Or
'cause
at
that
least
was the thing.
I did not, but viewers did, or you guys did.
No, due to the fact that it was bow into flutes, the rest of them didn't have to full clear Meyer. But if Meyer was Quaker of Ether, you would have full cleared it most likely. Looking
Oh,
for
right,
the boat.
that's true.
Actually, no, that's wrong.
It kind of worked well, yeah.
I think
No, I don't
Ether
care
was
about
in Meyer Shack though, right? Wasn't that
Yeah.
a hint?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Quake was actually requiring the boots anyway, so this was like, no matter which way you went, it was hard locked that you guys would be having to go mode Meyer. Nice of it to hand you another sword, just in case.
Just glad I was able to represent the good old US of A today.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on there, Joe?
You go
I'm
on
so
and vote
gonna
for
beat
Trump,
you next
dude.
time.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Oh.
Let's
This-
get into the same groups in the fall tournament, and then I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna go full inverted hard mode on you.
The gauntlets have been dropped. The threat has been issued.
Well,
The duel will be commenced.
Of the four of us, I'm not probably going to make the fall tournament, so you guys have fun with that. This is my true victory here.
Oh.
You can have it. Be happy.
Oh, I am USA, USA, USA.
Oh, come on.
Oh my.
So another thing that I was kind of curious. So even after the Swamp Palace nonsense, both Kervin and Drac also did Dark Magician strats for Ganon's Tower, just to further buffer that nice collection rate you two have there of 166 and 165.
Nice.
Yeah, but at least I went full right after Compass Room and got the big key.
This is true. That's why you don't have the mirror shield like the others. Oh. But
Yeah, it wasn't exactly shorter going left compared to going right.
Well, since that is all for you done, though, I'll just ask any final thoughts from each of you.
Next time, please let me find the boots early. As always.
This is my retirement race, so have fun, guys.
What?
I'll never race you again.
Not on my watch, Kermit.
USA, USA.
It was fun. Commentary was fun too. I think you both did a great job, and I'm probably gonna watch the WOD afterwards.
How do you even know that? He was watching the race. Like, come on, yes.
Sure. Sure.
Oh.
Thanks to the commentary, Pink Kitty and Math Girl for doing commentary and the trackers too. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks to all the staff involved with this one, because of course we had Cinderus, I think that is, and Rata on the tracking. And Bearjin with the double setup here, getting the restream enabled as well as being on the restream, as well as winning the restream.
USA, USA.
What a coincidence.
It's all scripted.
Yeah.
But I guess to wrap us up for today, I want to once more give a quick advertisement for the restream coming up tonight. Once again on Speed Gaming 3, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. There is still a poll going on Twitter at twitter.com/speedgamingshow for the mode for tonight. It's either going to be Randomizer, Entrance Shuffle without Keysanity, Triforce Hunt, or Pedestal. Which means you have to actually pull the pedestal to win on that one. And yeah, go ahead and drop your votes if you want to race or just want to see whatever race is going on. We still need to get that decided. Everything's all set up to go otherwise. But yeah, although I guess with 3 of you being 8 hours ahead or more, 9 p.m. might not be particularly appealing for you.
Not quite, that's true.
We'll see.
You have to sleep sometime, Jack. Sometime.
Nah, sleep is overrated.
When do you actually sleep, Dracarys?
I don't. That's my secret.
That's your secret. I'll have to remember that.
But for now, if that's everything, I guess that's probably going to do it for this particular stream.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, this has been Pinky Rose, and of course Matthew, and all of our lovely runners here for today. As we say to you, bye-bye now. Everybody have a good one, and try not to last location again.